Hey there folks, Riath here from tabletopminis.com and welcome to another Age of Sigmar battle report. So today we're going to be playing a scenario from the first book called Breakthrough. It's quite an interesting scenario. We're going to be playing Stormcast versus Skaven. So in this scenario we've got to one side's got to try and get across the board. It's like you've got a blocker and an invader. So it should be really cool, so let's show you the arms. Okay, and here we've got the Stormcast Eternal army, and that's led by the Lord Castellan. And I've chosen him to be my general because the Celestant Prime is not going to be on the board for the first few turns, so I want to be able to use the command abilities. And then we've got Celestant Prime and Lord Relictor. And then we have 3 Retributors with Retributor Prime. And then we have 2 units of Liberators. And then we have 3 Prosecutors with Prosecutor Prime. And that is the Hammer Sigmar, Stormcast Turn.
Okay, and for the Skaven, we've got the Vermin Lord here, Verminking as the general. We've got a Warpfire Thrower, a Warlock Engineer, a unit of 20 Storm Vermin with full command, 2 Rat Ogres, and a Packmaster. And to finish it off, we've got a Warp Lightning Cannon. And that's a Skaven.
Okay, so here we've got the battlefield set up, and we've got a few terrain features we've rolled for their special rules. So we've got a Deadly Numinous Oculum here, we've got a Damned Forest over there, a Deadly Forest over here, Arcane Graveyard at the back here, and finally an Arcane Forest over here. So the scenario we're playing is Breakthrough, which is one side is an invader trying to get to the other side of the board, and the other side's the blocking side. So we deploy as per this diagram here. So the invader has a 6-inch deployment zone, and the blocker has the rest of the board. So the invader, which is going to be the Stormcast Eternals, set up this side with the Skaven as the blocker. And we need to get a third of our models across the board to win a major victory, which is 7 models. So we've got a total of 20 models. And if we can get 5 across, then it'll be a minor victory. So that's the idea, just to try and get our force across the other side. So we'll get into deployment and then we'll come back after. So the Hammers Sigmar have been set up, and I've basically split my force across the board here because I need to get models to the other side, so I don't want to concentrate in a group and allow them to bog me down. So I've gone for Relictor and 1 unit of Liberators over here on the flank. I've got my Prosecutors in the middle because they're quite mobile. And on this side, I've got my general plus a unit of Liberators and a unit of Retributors. So in this scenario, your Warlord, one of his command abilities, he can basically roll a dice, and D3 units within 12 inches can get 2 dice instead of 1 when they run. So I think that'll be quite important to get the Retributors across, because they're quite low movement. And also my Celestant Prime, he's just been set up in the Celestial Realm, so he's off the board. So it's now into deployment for the Skaven, and in this scenario, they don't actually get to choose where they go. They need to roll dice for each unit.
Yeah, the board's set up in 3.
Yeah, 3 sort of quadrants, or not quadrants, but 3 sections. So on a 1 or 2, the unit needs to be set up here, 3 or 4 here, 5 or 6 here. So
and 18 inches away from your...
Yeah, and 18 inches away from the Stormcasts. So we'll just deploy them and then we'll get back. Okay, now the Skaven have been set up. So we'll start over on this side where we have the Warlock Engineer, the Storm Vermin, and the Warpfire Thrower. They all rolled for that side. So this is where my Liberators and Relictor are. The Rat Ogre has got the middle, where just my Prosecutors are. And I've got the Vermin Lord and the Warp Lightning Cannon and the Packmaster are on this side. So they're going to be contending my main force over here. So that's deployment over, and Invader gets to pick who's going to take the first turn. And I think I will take the first turn as Stormcast. So
sure.
we're into battle round 1 for the Stormcasts. So start the hero phase, and my general here, the Lord Castellan, he's going to use his command ability, which is Breakout, which means I can pick D3 units within 12 inches and they get an extra dice. So that's 2 units, they get an extra dice when they run, and I'll use that on the Liberators and the Retributors here. So
they can pick the highest
dice out. They pick the highest dice out of the 2 dice that are rolled for run-in. So I'm going to try and get them over that side of the board. And also my Lord Castellan is going to use his Warding Lantern on the Liberators here, so that will add 1 to their save until the next hero phase. So it's quite nice. And that's the end of my hero phase. So we're into movement, and I'm actually going to bring down my Celestant Prime from the heavens. So it's usually good to save him for a turn or two, so build up stacks on his Galmaraz, 2 attacks extra per turn, but I think I'm going to need him this turn, because if I keep him in the Celestial Realm, I've got a feeling that Warp Lightning Cannon and Verminlord is going to annihilate my troops, and every model counts in this scenario. So what I'll do is I'll bring down my Celestant Prime over this side here, and so the Celestant Prime, I'll just put him here, 9 inches away from the Warp Lightning Cannon. And yeah, so next I'm going to run with my Retributors here, and they get 2 dice to run with because of the command ability. So normal 4-inch move plus, no, that's not very good, it's 3, so they can move 7 inches. So just move them up to here. And the same with the Liberators here, they're going to run, so that's a 6 plus their normal 5 move, so they can move 11 inches, which will bring them to around here. And the Lord Castellan, he's going to run, so that is 5 plus his normal move of 5, so he's got a 10-inch move. And finally the Gryph-hound is going to run, 6 plus normal 9, so it can move up to 15 inches, so I'll just put him over here, still near the Castellan. And next the Prosecutors, they're just going to move up 12 inches. Get them over here next to the Storm Vermin and the Warp Fire Thrower. Maybe we can take one of them out in the shooting phase. And now the Liberators here are going to run forward, so 5 plus 6, not a bad roll, so 11 inches. We'll take them up to here. And finally the Lord Relictor, he will run also, which is 11 inches. We're getting some pretty decent rolls here on the runs, which is nice. So that's movement complete. So we're into shooting now, and we're going to start with the Comet Strike Scepter from the Celestant Prime. We're going to pick a point just here in between the Verminlord and the Warp Lightning Cannon. Now we'll roll a dice to see how many inches the Comet Strike Scepter covers. So it's 2-inch radius, so that covers both of them. And they suffer a D3 wounds each, mortal wounds. So we'll start with the Warp Lightning Cannon. It takes 1 wound. And the Verminlord will take 1 wound also. So
not bad.
Not so great there, but still okay. And next the Prosecutors, they're going to shoot at the Warp Fire Thrower over here. So with their Celestial Hammers, they've got 6 attacks, hitting on 4s. That is 5 hits. Wounding on 4s. There's no rend here. So that is 2 wounds with no rend. So it's 2 6+ saves here for the Warp Fire Thrower. And that's 2 wounds. So
he's down to 1 wound.
Okay, so he's on a single wound, just survived. So that's the end of the shooting phase. Nothing really died, but we took a wound off the Warp Lightning Cannon, the Verminlord, and 2 off the Warp Fire Thrower. So now we're into combat phase, and I'm going to
charge phase.
Well, charge phase, yeah. I'm going to try and charge the Celestant Prime into the Warp Lightning Cannon. So that's 9 inches. Let's see if we can get it. Ooh, and 7. So the Celestant Prime stays where he is. And now the Prosecutors, they're the only one left who haven't run. So we'll try and charge the Warp Fire Cannon. Finish it off with the Prosecutors. So that's around 6 inches, well, to be within half an inch, but let's say 7 inches. And 3 dice, so this should be quite easy. And yeah, 11 inches. So what we'll do is we'll charge them in, and so we'll move them up here. So we're into the combat phase, and now the Prosecutors here are going to attempt to wipe out this Warp Fire Cannon on one wound.
Flop your rolls.
So 7 attacks, and we're hitting here on 3s. We can reroll 1s.
All 1s.
So we can reroll that. And that is 4 hits. we're wounding on 3s. That is 3 wounds with no rend, so that's a 6+ save. For
3 6s, here we
he
go.
needs 3 6s here.
It's gonna happen.
And
maybe not.
Gone. Yeah, see, I really wanted to neutralize all these mortal wound causing like artillery, but yeah, your warp lightning cannon. I thought maybe I could have took it. How many wounds does it have?
6.
Oh, 6. Okay, so the Celestant Prime, he could have only took it out if he had made that charge, but yeah, not so bad. So there's no warpfire cannon to or Thor to attack back, but your storm vermin,
Yeah, they can pile in.
I believe, are within 3 inches. Yep. These new funky rulers, range rulers here from Litco. They're very, very nice. Got a logo on them. So in go the Storm Vermin. Okay, so the Storm Vermin to attack here. We've got 9 models within 2 inches.
Yeah.
And they also get a +1 to hit because they outnumber the opponent here. So that is 3+ to hit.
Yep.
Okay, so 9 attacks hitting on 3s. And that is, oh, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
8 hits, wounding on the 3s. So that is not so great on the wounds there. Was that 3 wounds?
Yep, 3 wounds, -1 rend, so it's gonna be a 5+ save.
Okay, so 3 5+ saves. And we make 2 of them, so only 1 wound. And they've got 2 wounds each, so one of them prosecutors are down to 1 wound. So not so effective. And that's the combat over. There's no battle shocks to be made because tests to be made because nobody's died. Well, none of the units have sort of, been worn down. So we're into end of turn. So it's into turn 1 for the Skaven.
Okay, start of Skaven, turn 1, and it's a hero phase, and the Skreech Verminking is going to use his special scenario command ability, None Shall Pass, which means any enemy models within 12 inches of their movement phase, if they move, they can't run, basically. So that's going to cover the Liberators and the Gryph-hound. Okay, and next he's going to use his ability, the 13-headed one, and he's going to pick the Molder clan, which means he can heal D3 wounds. And that's going to be 1 wound,
Okay,
so
he's back to full wounds.
back to full health.
Pretty good.
12 wounds, yeah. And next he's going to try and cast the dreaded 13 spell on the Celestant Prime over here. That's going to be a casting value of 8.
Come on,
so pretty high casting value. Let's see. Oh, and we get it. Awesome.
Oh, that's going to be bad. That is bad news for Celestant Prime. So
that is bad news.
13 mortal wounds on a 4+, is it?
Yep.
Ooh, okay, let's get 13 dice.
Okay, so that's 13 dice and 4+.
4+ mortal wounds here.
So I need 8 4+s to kill the Celestant Prime.
Alright, let's see what you get.
So let's see.
Oh man, that's a bad roll. You got so
Damn
many
it.
3s there. So
Yeah,
got
so many
1, 2,
3s.
3, 4 wounds.
Yep.
Okay, so
But maybe I can finish him off with the Warp Lightning Cannon, we'll see.
so he's down to 4 wounds.
Yep. Okay, and now the Warlock Engineer, he's going to try and cast Warp Lightning on the Lord Relictor over there.
I can't
And-
unbind it because he's not.
Yeah, you can't unbind it because he's not a wizard, and that's going to have a casting value of 5. He's going to be using his Warp Power Accumulator, so if I fail this, my guy takes 1 mortal wound basically. But if it passes, then I get to do D6 mortal wounds instead of D3. So 5+. And he makes it, so that is going to be D6 mortal wounds on the Relictor.
He's got 5.
5+, and the Relictor's dead. Oh!
1 shot.
Wow, Skaven mortal wounds, huh?
Oh. Okay, so he's off.
Nice. Okay, now into the movement phase, and Skreech Verminking, he's got a movement of 12. He's just going to move within 3 inches of the Liberators over here. Just puts them there. Okay, and next I'm going to keep my Warp Lightning Cannon there. I think he's in a pretty good position. And my Packmaster here, he's just going to move up 6 inches. So I'm just here. Next, the Rat Ogres here, they're going to move up 6 inches. Just put some over here. Now I'm actually going to move my Warlock Engineer back 6 inches because I don't want to get too close to them Liberators with the Warlock Engineer for obvious reasons. So he's just going to shimmy on back over here. Okay, and now into the shooting phase, and the Warp Lightning Cannon is going to fire at the Celestant Prime. So, gonna roll the power dice.
Yeah.
Really need like a 1 or a 2 would be good. Oh, a 2! So that's 6 shots, and any 2 pluses does a mortal wound. So, let's do that. So 6 shots, 4 2 pluses, and he's dead.
Yeah, he's only got 4 wounds left.
Come on.
No.
And that's goodbye, Mr. Celestant Prime. Back to the celestial realm.
Not quite what was planned.
Next, Skreech Verminking is going to shoot his prehensile tails at the Liberators over here. That's going to be 5 attacks because he's on 12 wounds. It's going to be 3s to hit and 4s to wound. 1 wound, no rend.
4 plus save.
4 plus save.
Which it makes.
Which it makes. Okay, now the Warlock Engineer is going to shoot his pistol at the Prosecutors over here. So that's going to be 1 attack, 3 to hit, which he doesn't make. Okay, and now into the charge phase. Skreech Verminking is going to attempt to charge the Liberators over here. So that's going to be a 3 plus he needs, which he makes. So he is in combat with the Liberators. Okay, now the combat phase. The Storm Vermin are going to pile in 3 inches. It's then piled in.
So the Storm Vermin here have got 31 attacks against the Prosecutors.
Yep.
Hitting on 3s. Do you want to reroll that one?
That's okay.
So that is... Oh, that's a lot of hits. Okay,
Yeah.
wounded on 3s.
Only on 3s.
So... And a lot of wounds.
Yeah.
So, no rend, right?
Yes, it is actually -1 rend.
Okay, so saving on 5 plus. So that's 3 saves. Wow, 3, 6, 9, 10 wounds.
10 wounds, that's
And,
going to be all in
they've only
dead.
got 5 left, so that's them wiped out. That is a lot of damage. Okay, so next I'll pile in with my Retributors. And there we go, I'll attack with them. Okay, so these two, the Retributor Prime and Retributor, that's 5 attacks. And we're hitting here on 3s.
Oh, there's a 6. So,
Oh, and a 6, that's 2
Oh.
mortal wounds
so
straight
he's
away.
down to 10 wounds at the moment.
And that's another one that wounds on a 3 plus. Which it does.
Yep.
And it's got a -1 rend.
Okay.
So that was save of your
So that's
5 plus save. How would you make?
I make?
Okay, so it's just 2 mortal wounds on the Vermin Lord.
So Vermin Lord's down to 10 wounds.
wounds.
Okay, now Skreech Verminking, he's going to attack the Liberators. He's going to use his Doom Glaive first. That's going to be 4 attacks, hitting on 3s. Not bad. And wounding on 3s. Both wound, and that's a -1 rend.
Okay, so they're a 5 plus save.
5 plus save, it does 3
Reroll
damage
once.
each.
Okay, so
Okay,
one's
so
gone through.
So that's 3 damage, so 1 Liberator dead, and
One's
one
down to
takes
1 wound.
a 1 wound, yeah.
Okay, I'll take this one.
Okay, now Skreech Verminking's going to use his Plague Reaper on the Liberators. That's going to be 5 attacks, hitting on 3s. Oh, all hit, and wounding on 3s. And that's going to be 3 wounds, no rend, so that's 3 4 plus saves. And
2
that's
failed.
2 failed, so that's going to be 1 dead and 1 takes a wound.
Okay. Remove another Liberator. So they're down to 3. Okay, so now we're going to pile in with the Griffhound here. And he's got, well, is he within 3 inches of the Castellan? Yes, he is. So he gets 4 attacks instead of 2.
Yep.
They're hitting on 3s. Only one of them hit. Wounding on 4s. which it does, and no
Okay.
rend.
No rend, so that's a 4+ save, which I make.
And the Gryph-hound's got darting attack, so let's see how many inches he can move. 3 inches. So I'm just going to get him to move back and out the way to give me some more space for piling in. And now the Liberators are going to pile in over here. So come up here, and there we go. So these two can attack. So that's 1 Prime and 1 Liberator. So we've got 5 attacks here, and because of Lay Low the Tyrant, the Vermin Lord's got more than 5 wounds, so we get +1 to hit. So we're hitting on 3s here, which they all hit. We're wounding on 3s. So that's 3 wounds and no rend.
Okay, so it's going to be 3 4+ saves.
So that's another 2 wounds, so he's down
2
to
wounds.
8 wounds.
Yep.
And into the Battle Shock phase, and the Liberators lost 2 guys, so
Mhm.
their Bravery 6. So that's a 4 + 6 is 4 + 2 is 6. So yeah, none
Yeah.
of them flee.
They don't lose any.
Okay, so we're into Battle Round 2. So let's see who starts Battle Round 2, and that is 6 for the Hammer Sigmar. Okay, let's roll again. Oh, 6 again. Haha.
4.
So Hammer Sigmar to go next.
Yep.
So we'll start the hero phase with my general here, Warlord, using his command ability Breakout. So D3 units, which is 1 unit. So I'll do that on the Retributors here, so they can run or charge with an extra dice. And next, the Castellan is going to cast Warding Lantern on the Retributors here, give them a +1 save. And that's the end of the hero phase, so we're into movement. So next, my Liberators over here are going to run. So 5 inches plus 2, so 7 inches. So they can run up to here. Not too great a roll there. So the Liberators here are going to retreat now and run. So it's 5 inches plus 3, so that's 8 inches they can move. So we just want to try and stay away from the Vermin Lord. Just want to get over to the other edge of the table, see if we can do that. And the same thing with the Retributors, they are going to retreat and run, and because of the command ability they can use 2 dice and pick the highest. So that's 4 inches plus 3, so they can move 7. So yeah, not too far there. And now the Lord Castellan is going to run. That's 3 plus his normal move of 5, so 8 inches. Just get him over here. And the Gryph-hound has got a move of 9, and that'll run also. So that's a maximum of 12 inches. So we'll just bring him around here with the Lord Castellan. I think I actually made a mistake putting my guys over here at the start, and he got bottlenecked there by the Verminking. So now I'm going to have to shuffle over, which is kind of a wasted movement. But
right into my rat ogres.
I really can't sit there in combat, or I'll be there all game just getting slaughtered, I think. So yeah, just moving around here. So that's all the movement over. And yeah, we're into shooting. And there's no shooting because my Celestant Prime and Prosecutors are dead. Charge phase, I don't actually want to charge anything. So it's end of the turn, no battle shock to take. So into turn 2 for the Skaven.
Okay, battle round 2 for the Skaven and hero phase, and Skreech Verminking is going to use his command ability, the Rat King, which means all Skaven units within 13 inches can reroll wound rolls of a 1. Now he's going to use the 13-headed ability, and I'm going to pick Clan Mulder again to heal up. D3 wounds. That's 2 wounds. So he is back up to 10. Okay, now he's going to attempt to cast the dreaded 13 spell on these Retributors over here.
Okay, so 8 plus.
Yep, 8+ cast roll. Pretty high. Oh,
Again, he makes it.
Yep. So that's 13 4+.
That is bad.
Okay, so that's 13 rolls, and every 4+ is a mortal wound.
3, 4, 5 wounds. So
5 wounds, so
One's
one is
dead.
dead and one is down to 1 wound.
Yep.
Okay, now into the movement phase, and Skreech Verminking is just going to move up. He's got movement of 12, so he's going to move up within 3 inches of the Retributors.
Now the Pack Master, he's going to move up 6 inches.
And the Rat Ogres, they're going to move up 6 inches. Okay, now the Storm Vermin, they're going to move up 6 inches just towards the Liberators over there. And the Warlock Engineer, he's just going to move up 6 inches over here. Okay, now shooting, the Warlock Engineer, he's going to shoot his pistol at the Liberators. That's 1 attack, hitting on 3s, which it does, and wounding on 4s,
any rend?
which it does, a -1 rend, and it does 3 damage.
5 plus save.
Oh, you can reroll that though because of their shields.
Oh, yep, yep. Which you don't make, so
You
it's
don't make-
3 wounds. So 1
so
dead and
one's
1
dead.
down to 1 wound.
And 1 takes 1 wound.
Okay,
And Skreech Verminking here, he's going to shoot his prehensile tails at the Retributors here. 5 attacks, hitting on 3s. And that's going to be 4 hits, wounding on 4s. And it's going to be 2 wounds, no rend.
Okay, so normally 4 plus save, but they've got the +1 to save. So,
Yep. The Wardian Lantern, yeah.
3 plus, and they both
And
save.
they make it, yeah. Okay, that's shooting over now into the charge phase. Now on Skreech, he's going to try and charge the Retributors over there, so that's going to be 3 inches he needs. And he makes it, so he's in with the Retributors. Now the Rat Ogres are going to try and charge the Liberators over there, so that's going to be 6 inches that's needed. Oh, and they don't make it. And the Pack Master, he's going to try and charge the Liberators over there. That's going to be 4 inches. And he makes it, so he's in. Okay, and here's a big charge coming up. Storm Vermin charging the Liberators over there. They need an 8. Oh, and they fail it. Damn it. Okay, and the combat phase. And Skreech Verminking is going to attack these Retributors here with his Doomglaive, and that's going to be 4 attacks, hitting on 3s. 3 hits, and wounding on 3s. 2 wounds, -1 rend,
Okay, so they got a +1 to their saves, so that's
Yeah.
4 plus save.
4 plus save. And okay, so that's one goes through, so that's 3 damage, so
Okay, so 1's dead.
1's dead and 1's down to 1 wound.
Ooh, so just the prime left.
Yep.
Okay, now my Liberators are going to pile in around the Packmaster. And let's attack him. Okay, so we've got 7 attacks on the Packmaster here, and we're hitting on 4s. So that is 4 wounds, or 4 hits. We're wounding on 3s. It's 1 wound,
1 wound.
no rend.
No rend, so that's going to be 6 plus save, which I don't make,
So he's
so
down to 2 wounds.
he is down to 2 wounds. Okay, now the Packmaster is going to attack back the Liberators, and it's with his shock prod, that's going to be 1 attack, hitting on 4s. Which he didn't make.
Okay, so battle shock phase, and for the Retributors we lost 2 of them. So 5 plus 2, 7, and
Yep.
their bravery 7, so nothing happens there.
Yep.
And over on that side of the board we lost a Liberator, so none of them flee either.
Yeah, they're
So,
fine.
yeah.
Okay, and that is the end of my turn, battle round 2, and now we're going to roll to see who starts battle round 3.
Okay,
So
6 for me.
6 for the Stormcast and 3 for me.
Okay, so I'll
Damn
go
it.
first.
Okay.
So we'll start with the Lord Castellan here, Cat using his command ability, so a D3 units, 3 units, and I'll put that on the Retributors, the Liberators, the Retributor, and the Gryph-hound, so they all get an extra dice when they run or charge. And also he'll use Wardian Lantern on the Liberators, so +1 to their save. And now movement, our Liberators here are going to try and run down the side here, get away from them Storm Vermin, so Oh, not a great roll again. So 7 inches, which will take them to here. And now the Liberator's here. They're actually going to retreat also. So that's 2 dice they've got. So it's a 5 plus their 5-inch move, so they can get 10 inches away. So just trying to get them as far away as possible. Now I'll retreat with my Retributor here, so 2 dice. It's a 2 plus his 4-inch move, so 6 inches. I'm just going to bring him over here. And there's no shooting, so I'm straight into charge phase. And I'm going to charge with my Gryph-hound and my Castellan at the Packmaster. So first the Castellan, 5 and 2, so yeah, he makes it. And next the Gryph-hound, 4 plus, well, he's got, he makes a charge. So they're both in. So the Castellan's going to now attack first against the Packmaster. So 3 attacks, hitting on 3s. All hit, wounding on 3s. All wound with a -1 rend, so there's
no rend.
no save, and they does 2 damage per attack. So that's
That's a Packmaster dead.
Packmaster dead. And that's all the combat over, and into Battle Shock, and there's nothing to do there. So we are into Battle Round 3 for the Skaven.
Okay, into Battle Round 3 for the Skaven, and into the hero phase, my General Skreech Verminking is going to use his ability, the 13's headed one, which I'm going to pick the Mulder clan, again, to heal him up. He's on 10 wounds at the moment, so it's going to heal D3 wounds. That's cocked. Okay, 1 wound, so he's up to 11 wounds right now. He's also going to use his command ability, the Rat King. Next, he's going to try and cast Arcane Bolt on this Retributor, just try and finish him off there. He's on 1 wound. So it's cast value of 5, which he makes, so that's, well,
Yeah, instantly dead.
D3 mortal wounds, so yeah, he's dead. Okay, and into the movement phase now. My Warlock Engineer, he's going to run at 6 plus 2, 8, so I move up to here. I'll see if I can flank his Liberators, if I can put a stop to them advancing. Now Storm Vermin, they're going to move up 6 inches. And my Rat Ogres are going to move to within 3 inches of the Gryph-hound. And the Vermin Lord is going to move to within 3 inches of the Lord Castellan there. Okay, now into the shooting phase. The Vermin King, he's going to shoot his prehensile tails at the Lord Castellan. That's 5 attacks, hitting on 3s. And wounding on 4s. 1 wound, no rend.
3 plus save.
3 plus save, and he makes it. Okay, and now the Warp Lightning Cannon is going to shoot at the Liberators over here. I'm going to roll the power dice. 1.
Does a 1 count as does 1 count as always hit?
No. Well, I need. So the Warp Lightning Cannon actually annihilates this.
6 mortal wounds, so they're all dead.
They are annihilated. Okay, so that's shooting over and into the charge phase, and Skreech Verminking is going to try and charge the Lord Castellan over there. That's going to be 3 inch, which he makes. So he is in combat with the Castellan. And now the Rat Ogres are going to try and charge the Gryph-hound, and they need a 3. And they make it. Okay, now the Storm Vermin are going to try and charge the Liberators over here. They're needing an 8. And they get it on boxcars, so they are going to be in combat with Liberators. Nice. Not looking good for the Stormcast, to be honest. But that's just my opinion. Okay, and now into the combat phase. Skreech Verminking is going to attack the Lord Castellan with his Doomglaive. 4 attacks, 3 to hit. And wow, they all hit, and 3 to wound. Okay, and yes, there is a -1 rend.
Okay, so 4+ save.
4+ save.
3 go through.
They do 3 damage each.
Oh, so he's been
Wow,
insta-gibbed.
that is the Lord Castellan dead.
It's the Warlord
I
gone.
I've still got attack with my other weapon here.
Okay, now my Liberators are going to pile in over here. So I've got three in contact, so that's 6 attacks. And we're hitting here on 4s. 1 hit, wounding on 3s. And nothing.
Nothing. Okay, well, that wasn't too good for the Liberators. Okay, now the rat ogres are going to attack the Griff Dog over there. That's going to be 8 attacks, hitting on 4s. Wow, okay, and wounding on 3s. 2 6s as well, so they get to make an extra attack, 2 extra attacks. 4s and 3+. Okay, so that's going to be 3 wounds, 2 attacks each, -1, 2 damage each, -1 rend, and
3 wounds is dead.
So yeah, that is the Griffhound dead. And okay, now the Storm Vermin are going to attack the Liberators. That's going to be 14 attacks, hitting on 3s, and they're going to be wounding on 3s. And that's going to be a -1 rend.
So 5+ save.
5+ save. You can
Reroll
reroll ones, yeah. Save.
So
Okay.
that is 6 wounds.
6 wounds. So
3 of them dead.
3 of them dead. Ouch.
Wow, so that's me down to just my
You've got just
Liberator
your
Prime.
Liberator Prime against 20 Storm Vermin, a Skreech Verminking, 2 Rat Ogres, Warlock Engineer, and a Warp Lightning Cannon.
Hang on a minute, because we've still got Battle Shock. Let's see if he flees.
Yeah. It's right, you can still bring it back.
Alright, Battle Shock here. Oh,
6.
and a 6 plus
Wow.
3 casualties. And he runs off the table.
He is tabled. Well,
so that's a unanimous Skaven victory.
yeah.
Let's go into the post-match.
Okay.
So there we go. That was Breakthrough scenario from the first book. It was quite an interesting one.
Yeah.
I thought it was quite fun. Like I liked the positioning. You know, you had to kind of, as the invader, I was trying the whole game to just sneak away from him, kind of.
Yeah.
But it didn't really work out very well. I mean, I got kind of caught in a bottleneck on that side of the table with the Vermin Lord.
Yeah.
And I think I should have probably, I liked how I split the army into different sections, but I think I should have kept them on the inside of the Numinous
I think
Oculum,
so, yeah.
just so that I didn't get sort
You
of
got
tied up there.
bottlenecked on that side as well.
Well, that was kind of okay because it kind of prevented you from getting that many attacks on me
that's
as
true.
well.
That's
But,
true. That's a benefit, yeah.
but yeah, that was good.
Celestant Prime.
Celestant Prime was a
Wow.
bit underwhelming. I mean, he did quite a lot of. Well, he didn't do a lot, did
Well,
he?
I got pretty lucky with my rolls in that
Yeah,
on him.
like knocking him out before he could get into hand-to-hand combat. That was
Yeah.
a bit devastating for
Big deal.
for my side, but
Yeah.
it was good fun anyway.
Yeah.
Nice little scenario. So I hope you guys enjoyed it.
Yep.
If you liked it, please like and subscribe. Check us out on tabletopminis.com, and if you want to support our channel, we've got a Patreon campaign going. So we much appreciate any help that we can get to keep us making these videos and improving what we're doing. So until the next time, see you guys later.
See ya.